Hello, everybody. This is Grimcat, and we are here for some Dungeons and Dragons. We're playing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, and we're in the campaign setting called the Seas of Vodari. We're going to be jumping right into it. I'm going to introduce myself a little bit more, and I'm going to introduce my friends to you, and they're going to tell you who they are playing. As I mentioned, I am Grimcat. I am the DM for this session. We're going to go... I don't know. We're going to start with Kyo. Say hi.
Hi, I'm Kyo. I'm playing Azori, the Celestial Warlock.
See, what I was going to do was I was going to be like, I'm going to go with alphabetical order based on characters' names, but then I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Even though I more or less did it. Huh? Well, I mean, your character names are all right there in front of me. But let's move over to Sharfer. Say hi.
Hello, I'm Mufasa playing Shafa, a little halfling thing that gets eaten a lot.
We'll move over to Sergio. Say hi.
Hi, I'm Sergio. I'm playing Kaya, the monk druid. Punches things and basically, does that.
Cast Goodberry. We'll move over to 420. Say
I don't
hi.
have Goodberry, but yeah.
Hello. I exist.
Welcome. And last but not least, Emerald. Say hi.
Hi.
Emerald, do you think you could put a Nithrin-esque spin on your introduction today?
If the campaign got interesting, I could.
Oof.
Oof. That actually hurts.
I'm sorry, Gil. You know what? Maybe if I get if I ever die, I'll have more enthusiasm for the game.
I see.
Does that make you feel better?
I mean, maybe.
Right,
so when last
So what you're saying is we should stab you in the back.
All right, go ahead. I'd like to see you try. I'll take all of you on. I am the team right now.
So when last we left, there was some weird weather that, well, I decided to let go, even though I probably shouldn't have let go at all. And it meant it was basically a day of peace. No hostile actions could have been taken by anyone around the island, or on the island, or probably a couple of miles away from the island either. So that meant, like, everything. That meant, like, from animals to insects to everything. If you had to eat something else to survive, you weren't eating anything else to survive. And this included all the mosquitoes that we have found on this island. So what I had sort of intended as... you may have guessed to be sort of a rather long-winded combat encounter actually became a very short-winded stroll through several just different maps. It was sort of sightseeing.
It was nice. It was nice.
It was interesting. It was different. I wouldn't say it was bad by any means, but it was different. We managed to, as I mentioned, get our hands on some magical items, and we have come into the contact with the Queen Mosquito, who has not really, referred to her as anything. The last thing, we were on fairly amicable terms with her, and we got to talking, as we often do, and we got to making deals and almost promises, as we often do. And we've sort of found out that the driving motivation behind the Queen right now is to get off these islands and be brought to the mainland, and that she's willing to help you in your endeavors if you promise and sign a contract with her, the details of which are, still a tiny bit in the air, but, she'll help you fight the god in return for safe passage to the island of Abori. which is the island that we were going to originally all those many weeks ago. We are traveling to the front of the island right now, where all our, wave striders or wave skippers or whatever they're called are at the moment, and she has sent most of her minions, her children, to the other side of the island, because when, sort of the mystical weather wears off, well, they're going to be rather hungry and you're going to be rather here. Because she has to take sort of a hostile act in order to form this contract, because it has to be done with blood, or the, I guess, robot-y, oily equivalent of blood in one person's case. What was that?
Blood for the blood god.
Exactly. We sort of have picked up and let loose that she is a fey creature. She is not native to this plane, very likely.
She straight up told us.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure.
I believe she straight up told
us at
you.
one
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's still finding out. And I think we're going to pick up right along there. Sort of the last thing that I wanted you all to do was to think what we wanted to ask for in the contract. In two varying degrees of didn't really happen, that didn't really happen.
We had a quick talk about it before. I'd been thinking about it, and I said what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Or what I thought would be good to ask for.
I mean, I kind
Then
of
we went off on another whole tangent.
I kind of really don't want to sign the contract. So Shaffer just sort of wants to stay out of it, to be honest. She's like, no,
Well, that's not really an option in her eyes. As she mentioned before, signing the contract is very important things, because it's both protection from her and it is her protection from you.
I mean, she does understand that, like, we'll be traveling with a ton of other people who cannot sign it as well, right? Like, surely having a couple saying basically that will be her bodyguards would be enough.
Well, you'd be having to vouch for them, basically. Just like she would be vouching for any of her children or anything like that, and be taking steps to make sure nothing happens.
Yeah, well, so would everyone need to sign it? If we're able to vouch for others and stuff.
All of you present would certainly need to sign it. Quote, unquote, sign.
Sounds a lot of bodyguards. Well, that's the thing. Who else doesn't want to sign it? Or get into any contract?
I mean, what is the contract?
So... if you give me a
That's what
second, because
that's
I
what
have
we
it
were
in,
talking
like...
about.
It is a spoken contract, but, she turns to you, and as we're sort of getting ready to deal with it, she addresses you. From my side, what I want is very simple. It's safe passage off to Abori. I'm willing to see that during the travel, that none of you, or those of you who, as you mentioned, and you designate as crew members, within the next 3 days or so to me, will not be harmed in any way by me or any of mine. Up to, say, 100. You can't just say, everybody is a crew member. That doesn't work. That said, on board I will need some non-crew members, because, well, I have to feed during the travel, and that by itself is sort of an act which, obviously hurts. So, if somebody would be willing to be exempt from that harming clause while I feed, that's acceptable. For this, I'm willing to offer to assistance to kill the crab god thing, or the thing that the villagers believe is a god. But mind you, during this sort of fighting, if my own life is in danger, I will withdraw. I won't be fighting to the death for you. And as a sign of good faith, I'm willing to give you all a boon if you sign the contract.
One, how are we supposed to know what this contract is if it's not written? And also, is the peaceful weather over right now?
No, it's not.
Then why is she here? Didn't she say that?
What?
Didn't she say the whole point was that she can't, or maybe not she specifically, you said that we had to wait for the weather to end to do the piece to the contract because it involved blood?
Right.
To actually do it.
But you should probably talk about it before it, becomes go time.
We're talking about the contract now, and as for like, how do we know it means anything if it's not on paper? Because it's a blood contract signed with a magical creature.
Doesn't sound very.
Those tend to be pretty binding.
Zora just nods her head in complete agreement.
You realize I'm one of the Fae. You understand that once this contract is signed, you physically cannot break it. It becomes written into the world as the very laws. Just like you can't break gravity, you couldn't break the contract.
But neither can she either.
Is gravity a Fae contract?
It's probably best for me not to release other people's business. Nix, I didn't hear what you said.
I was just pointing out that she can't break the contract either on her side.
Exactly.
What would this boon be?
Well, as you can probably surmise for yourself, I have sort of a domain as it pertains to blood. I can grant you a slightly limited version of vampiric draining for a certain time.
That's just handy.
And so, again, as far as, like, what actually comes down to it for that one. Oh, and it deals 1d6 necrotic damage, excuse me.
Yeah.
1d6
With primary stat
necrotic
as the spellcasting bonus?
Yes, so if you are a strength-based person, it would be your strength.
Oh, so you can just choose what stat.
Correct.
Oh, cool. I mean, I'm happy to sign it and be her snack box.
Oh, you're willing to let me feed when the needs must?
If we keep it to an absolute point of need, I mean, I would prefer not to be completely drained every day, but...
Well, I will certainly do my best.
But if it's a necessity, then it's a necessity, and someone will have to cope it. I don't think we would be too happy with, I guess, taking a tribesman or two.
Well,
I
I wouldn't
that
really
might
see
be a
why
bit
not.
far for all of us.
People take prisoners and whatnot all the time.
How's the party reacting to that?
By the fake
Not good.
contract, I'm unable to initiate violent actions. Which is the weather contract, not the blood contract.
So, you were not planning on going with it?
I mean, out of character, I mean, I would have said we should just like killed her, but we can't because we can't initiate combat. So
Oh,
while
what
she's
everyone
alone,
else?
because that's why I was asking if there was the thing. Because I mean, she's just here. Alone, vulnerable.
You just attack her now before we sign.
It's vulnerable to stabbing.
But we
It's really
can't. That's right. There's the wind. God damn
I
it.
know.
Stupid wind.
The anti-stabby wind. So I'll sit.
So.
So I'm standing here.
So if we're planning
Listen,
on like hostile actions as soon as the wind goes, I need some deception rolls.
I mean, I don't think we necessarily are. I haven't said anything about it in character or whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, we did speak with her and like we tried to agree with helping her, though.
So she's just here. We're just here.
Both you and I were the ones that were speaking.
True. Who's she? I guess she's talking to everyone right now. She speaks. No, she doesn't. She speaks like she doesn't speak common. That's right.
She understands it, but doesn't speak it.
Right. You're wearing the ring, so you're definitely hearing, and I believe
Sure.
Kaya is hearing.
Yeah, and I speak Sylvan, so when I can...
Well, I would only be hearing if she was directing to me. She doesn't have to. You know,
I mean,
keep
she would be
talking and all that.
doing what she can to direct. She's she's not trying to make it more difficult.
But she could. Like, I mean, I don't know. That's all I got.
Well, what is it that you wish for? If you wish for something different.
I also don't know that
Or
question.
is it that you don't actually wish for something different? This is exactly what you wish for, but you don't want to say yes.
You got me. This is exactly what I'm like, man, I just want to murder everybody. Secretly. But I gotta pretend like I don't.
Before Titan
Yeah.
just murders us all in our sleep.
Why? I roll for deception. You don't know. I just have like all my points in deception, so no one's been able to crack me.
I see.
We have like a plus 100 deception.
Plus 100
Passive
deception.
deception.
The passive deception of 100. I don't know. I mean, is that her contract?
That's what she's saying. As again, I mentioned, she was willing to talk and come to an arrangement, but nobody has said anything what else that they want or don't want or.
I've sort of been thinking it over because now she was talking about taking tribesmen as prisoners now.
Well, you were talking about killing them all.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Didn't want to cage them first. The only thing I could think of that would make this worth it is, can you give me the ability to breathe underwater?
No, I can't, and I don't seem to understand what this is worth it. I'm pretty sure, don't you need me? Because you need this island clear, correct?
In a way.
Not really.
We don't need anything from her. We're
No.
just,
Right. We don't need her.
she needs us. As a matter of fact. What if?
What if we had talked about this during the last week or so?
But we didn't. So we're all here.
I'm aware.
What if we made her a blood pact with us?
I mean, it goes both ways.
But like we're instead of like her initiating it, we're initiating it.
Can you do that?
Yeah, can you twist the fabric of reality to ensure that the laws of the world itself change to match the contract? 'Cause
Yes.
I don't think anyone in this party can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, what if we find some way to be able to make contracts with people, and then we come back to her?
That sounds wonderful. I'll see you all in the next 100 years or so.
All right. So that's my plan.
I think it needs to come down to a vote then of either staying around to try and kill her or signing the contract.
I mean, what are we gonna say? Hey, can you stay here so we can kill you? You know, like
I mean, how many of us are for signing the contract? Like,
I mean,
Why don't
the one
you
where
visibly move your tokens from one side to the other? So
well, that's not fair. Nix has 2 votes.
I guess
Left side
Very
for the
awesome.
contract, right side for
really count either.
against.
Right.
Does the tiny guy count?
Stubby?
Stubby?
I mean, Stubby would be willing
Stubby.
to do for it.
Oh.
Yeah, it aligns with his end goal of getting the island clear. Because I mean, we got a lot of bugs to kill if we want to kill them all. A lot of bugs.
And that is true.
I know we just there's no way to do it in character, but like, is there no reason we could not just say that we want to take the contract? She comes back tomorrow, and then we're like, I would just kill her.
I mean,
But we
that's
sign
what
if
I-
it's a
that's
blood
what I
contract,
meant
we
by-
can. But
That's what I meant by wait around until we can
Say that
attack
we're
her if
going to
that's
do
what's
it,
going
but
to
then-
Well,
happen.
yeah, but it's physically impossible for her to do the contract without the hostilities being down. So when she comes back, we know he should be alone.
I
yeah, I
think,
guess that works.
We will still
But if
need
we-
to roll a deception against it. and
I think the plan was
And-
for her to stick around with us until
Yeah.
the weather wore off, so we would need to roll deception.
But we still need to kill all the bugs.
Exactly.
Kill her.
We need
Yeah.
to kill all the bugs. Removing her from the situation doesn't remove the bugs. We covered that factor when we learnt that she's
They'll
not going
die off
to just fly
eventually.
them in the ocean to die.
Yeah, but
Without
they'll
her.
last for a long time. They're still fey.
Yep, they're still half fey creatures.
But
Oh yeah, half breeds. Yeah.
they don't have, you know, all the time in the world. Eventually they'll die. We just wait a couple months.
Or years, in which time.
Probably a lot
Already
longer
gotten
than a
pissed off.
couple of months.
Yeah, in which time the Sahagwin have gotten pissed off at us because we didn't clear the island for them.
I mean,
and the tribes
they're
people have gotten pissed
mosquitoes.
off at us because we haven't cleared the Sahagwin, and the gods still attacking us.
Look, we could literally just sit here for a year
Okay, when you put it that way,
eating good berry and just waiting.
We could farm like infinite mosquitoes just for a year here.
Yeah, we could be level 20 when we come back. We can just kill the crab ourselves.
Ah, yes, entertaining gameplay for 6 months.
There's another mosquito.
Mosquito
What
number
if we
9.
kill? We'll kill one mosquito per day for an entire year.
Mm-hmm.
That's only like 356 experience, man.
How much experience is one mosquito? I don't know.
I don't think you would get experience for killing a mosquito.
Like the giant
We're talking about
mosquitoes.
day ones.
The
we're
giant,
talking about
yeah.
day ones.
A giant mosquito, maybe.
They're 0.5.
Oh, so a year of
Okay,
killing
so-
one a day, that's 128.
Look, I mean, we've got all the time in the world.
We can just wait 100 years doing that then.
Like, eventually the crab will just die of old age.
I mean, I'll live 100 years, so I'm fine with it.
But now we're at an impasse because she's obviously wouldn't count for the vote.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't
And
count.
Look, I'll be honest though, Kaya is not exactly 100% again. Like knowing that we would still have to clear the mosquitoes. She's not against. Is not against the contract being signed, but she's not signing the contract.
Well, like, it's just a factor of signing a contract basically creates a shunt effect for everything else that we want to happen. Because we can move the mosquitoes to the mainland, which allows the Sahagwin to come here, which allows the
Yeah, exactly.
tribes people. And if we tell her to keep her mosquitoes on the west side of the island as much as possible until we kill the god and can take her away, then her kids can spread over the entirety of the island. Then we can have Teklin go closer to the village, so they're away from the mosquitoes, which should hopefully keep them out of sight, out of mind from the humans, at least for a little bit.
Yes, again, which is why I'm not entirely against it. She's just not.
Yeah, not signing the contract means we've got to have whoever didn't want to sign the contract roll deceptions against her and everything. So she might even clue onto it and not even be viable to attack. She might just fly away and not come back. But then we've got to kill her, kill all her children, and then.
I mean, but do all of us have to sign it, or is it okay just one? Like
She wants.
She wants us all to sign it.
Again,
She
she
wants
wants
all
all
of us
of
to
you to
sign
sign
it.
it. You know,
But
it's,
we will be acting or like putting out word forward for the rest of the crew and everything like that as well. But she won't, as long as until we've killed the god thing, she won't allow the tribespeople or the pirates crewmates to get attacked.
I'm pretty sure she will allow the members to be attacked.
She specifically said they won't until the god gets killed and she can leave, and then she can't control her children, and what do we care at that point? Because we're already gone, or at least on our way.
Well, it's also still going to take us months to make the boat before we can get off the island. So we're going to have them sit over on that island for over a month or so, depending on how long the boat gets made.
That's fine. She can take over the village once the god's dead. We don't need the humans at that point.
Until we realize we do need the humans.
No, because the humans will be prats to us, because we're going to need a lot of wood, probably more wood than they're expecting us to need, because we don't need, like, you know, wave strider ships or slightly bigger ships than that. We need a sloop or something like that. We don't just need a long ship.
I was just saying, like, in a plot twist, like, wait, oh, it turns out you actually did need the humans alive for a reason.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's always a possibility, too.
yeah, but
But we might need her as a plot twist, too, in that case.
Pretty sure we don't. I'm pretty sure we don't
Yeah.
need Mosquito Lady.
Who's going to be more necessary? The fey creature with superpowers or the humans? The
The
warrior
great features,
humans?
the fey creature with superpowers ain't actually doing anything for us, though. The only thing she's doing is like moving and then
Nah,
sort of helping us fight the crab.
helping us kill a god, and then also giving us the boon of vampiric touch, which is
I mean,
pretty nice.
temporarily. She's not giving it permanently.
I mean, she's giving it to you until you fulfill the contract and get her to where you need to go.
Yeah, temporarily.
I mean, if you guys wanted to sign the contract, you could, but I'm not signing it.
Yeah, I don't think Kaya would be signing it if that's the.
Oh, grim.
And
Mm-hmm.
Zori already has an idea how contracts work, so she's definitely out.
Concentration up to a minute. What does that mean by that?
Well, it means you can keep on using it round after round, up to a minute.
Oh, okay, so it's just a
Just like
separate
the
attack.
spell. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's just the vampiric touch spell. Duh.
Only, less so.
Yeah.
I mean, again, she reiterates, it's all or nothing. It's the only thing that's keeping you three from killing her the moment her back is turned is signing this contract.
I mean, then I guess she doesn't want to leave this island.
She certainly doesn't want to be killed over it.
I mean,
Time's bleeding to her. She'll wait another 100 years for another ship to get shipwrecked and someone else to strike a bargain with.
she's got the next 1,000 years. I mean, where the fuck are we, like,
Probably.
She's Faye, yes, she does.
Yeah, she can live forever.
But she probably has as long as it takes, quite honestly.
I mean, she's gonna be waiting a long time because no help's ever coming.
But we need to clear this island, regardless.
I mean, well, you know what? Let's give her that ultimate. She either dies or she changes the contract.
So that not all of us have to sign it. Like, I'm okay if we can make it so that only one of us have to sign it, and
She's not willing to
Yeah.
do that.
I think it's the fact
Question.
that she won't trust essentially the word or the arms of one or two adventurers when we're dealing with, 200 villages, 50 crewmen, a tribe of Sahagwin. One or two adventurers can't do much against that, but a party of adventurers at least makes people double think about attacking the bug creature with them.
we can still sort of put a word for her. Like, the contract could include that we cannot attack her if, like, direct allies or like direct companions of whoever signed cannot attack her either.
I mean, that's part of the agreement. That's what our word is saying for her, is that we say that we will not attack you, and the people that we live and deal with will not attack you either. We will
We
talk
can't
to
control
them,
that.
we will do what we have to do to
Exactly.
make sure you have safe passage. Or else there's no
Right.
bringing her on the ship if we've got to worry about Teklin's crew attacking her.
I mean, we already can't control Teklin's crew from attacking her.
No, not really, but we can still do everything. Like, they're pretty understanding. They've got an undead captain, they've got the ugly one, they've dealt with all of us and our antics so far up to date. Like, I don't think us walking into the camp and going up to Teklin and being like, hey, yo, we've got a fey creature with us, don't attack it and it won't attack you. I reckon Teklin's crew is probably the one lot that'll be okay with that.
You know what?
Yeah,
That's too far.
I mean, Teklin does still have a moral compass. Which is
Yeah, and
obvious.
we're not expecting her to have to go against it. Any blood given to this creature
I
is going
mean,
to
she
be willing.
technically would be part of it by transporting it.
But
So, like, we technically would also have to get all of Teklin's crew to, like, be cool with signing the contract as well.
No,
theoretically.
they don't need to sign the contract. That's why all of us need to sign it. Because
All right, well, then
all
here,
of us
then
have
what if we
enough-
just did? What if we signed it and we just told Teklin to kill the thing when it's on the ship?
That would violate the contract.
But it wouldn't because we're not killing her.
but you're putting it into action, you know?
If it dies during attacking the god, if she tries running away and doesn't run away in time and dies that way, that's fine. But we can't hire an assassin to kill her to get out of the contract.
Plus, wouldn't one of us signing it automatically bind the rest of us as being part of the crew?
That's what I'm
bind-
saying. Like,
So she really wouldn't need all of us. She'd only need at least one person to complete the contract. The rest of us are allied with that person. Therefore, we can't attack her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That on that
The
logic,
other
can we not
part is
allow-
realist, because, like, Nyx is saying, you know, we'll do our best to convince Teclin and the crew not to attack her. You know, if only one person is signing the thing, it's still her argument. You know, there's nothing keeping everyone else from, the moment her back is turned, you killing her.
And there's nothing.
But if
stopping
there's, you know, again, 5, you know, lower mid-level adventurers doing what they can to keep her safe, that's a lot better than just one person.
But is it though?
Oh yeah. What would you prefer, a single barrel shotgun or 6 barrels?
the sex double barrel shot.
I'm dead either way, so
Ah yes, but your 5 mates behind you?
Okay, if we sign the contract, could we not just tell? I mean, surely we could just tell her that, like, you know, we're all gonna go to sleep. Hope you don't kill the bug thing in the like, you know, bilge or whatever. And we all go to sleep and then they kill the bug thing. That's not our fault. We just went to sleep.
As long as we're not directly
Yeah.
pushing the events forward to her death, we have to do what we can to keep her safe. But yeah, we can't foresee the future or something like that. But we would basically consider her a party member as far as keeping her safe. You know, when the rest of you guys are asleep on watch, if something starts moving to slit your throat, the person on watch doesn't sit there and go, ho-hum.
I think it's hilarious that there is one entity who's giving you an ironclad, I won't betray you contract, and you guys are, like, looking at it like it's the most suspicious thing you've ever seen.
Like, she hasn't even left any stipulations open
But
for
no, the
interpretation.
contract is
She's
like-
been very straight with the contract. It is as clear defined as it could be.
Yeah, but again, I mean, she needs us. We don't need her.
We don't need her, but she saves us spending 3 weeks killing bugs to try and clear this island.
that is true, like. I don't even know where I stand. You know what? Because I think, yeah, she's clear forward. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I guess.
The only question would be, is Ixori and... I always forget which of you two is the warlock. Ixori's the warlock, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
the warlock.
Will that affect her pact? I know it's not the same
And-
kind of
No,
contract
it
or
wouldn't.
pact or
I mean-
anything.
It wouldn't, but Azori's thought on this is she's already seen what happens with making deals with powerful creatures can get you. And while
Oh, yeah,
her
and it's-
entity is not malevolent, it's still the aspect of
Yeah, yeah.
she's very wary of not making other pacts. Just to
And
be
that's
safe.
fair enough.
So she's okay with going along with all this, but she herself will not make an actual oath.
Is it fine with just 4 of us make the oath? I mean, Tytherin cannot make a blood oath anyway.
I physically can't. make
Again,
the
it's
blood
it's a
of it.
symbolic thing. It's not necessarily, you know, it's mixing juices when it gets down to it.
But if they're like the rest of us, like 3 of us make the pact, and I think it's still enough to try and convince everyone.
4 technically. 5 technically.
Well, 4, yeah.
But again,
Varial would
have
be
votes.
making the blood oath as well, but they don't have votes. But like, there'd be enough people that they would trust, like, not to attack you.
Look, with BB, we can completely cover every square around her.
Like, we don't have to make like. There's enough people here. For enough to convince everyone. I imagine.
This is the party's war
Would
lineup
this
right
be
here.
enough, considering one isn't exactly made of blood, and the other
Already
already
has
has a thing
blood
with
test.
contracts? Would a 25 persuade her to do that?
Sorry, what was the?
Considering there's enough of us to basically form a wall around you, and the robot has no blood, and the other one already has contracts coming out the ears, would this be enough?
Are
would
the two
think
of
we could-
them willing to sign an oath between you all, brokered by me, to the thing? Not a pact with me, but with each other. You and them to it.
I mean, we've already been established that we are not allowed to make blood oaths, apparently.
No, what they're saying is we need an agreement between us that you're not going to try and
But that's
attack.
literally the exact same thing.
Yes, but ours doesn't
We're just
exactly
skipping the
need
middleman.
to be signed in blood or whatever.
But we have to
Ours is
sign that
more-
contract in blood that we are with you, which is literally just us signing the contract with an extra step. So no.
All right, you sounds like do not have an agreement then.
I mean, like I said, I'm fine with there being the agreement, but I'm not signing it.
Well, then that's literally not being fine with it.
No, but it is being fine with it, because if everyone else,
But
I'm not
like
gonna
the
stop
thing
anyone
is,
else
like
from
you're
doing it.
not signing it, but like you're agreeing to an agreement. Like you're agreeing to having an oath between each other in the group to not attack
You're
them. Like
agreeing
you're
to
not
us.
you're not in the same class. It's
You're
just
agreeing
not
to us,
attacking her.
your adventuring party, that you will not break our adventuring party trust and betray us by attacking our charge. You're not signing an extra contract. You're basically just saying, can we continue trusting you as a party member and everything?
Yeah.
Because if you can't agree to not attack the thing that is being quite lenient with us and quite straightforward and straight up, then how can we trust you when there's a beholder taking over your mind? Or an Illithilich?
Like, is this just a, hey, is this just like a, hey, are you gonna attack the thing and I say no and then we move on? Or is there like an actual thing involved in this?
We can write it down in paper. I believe we have paper and a quill somewhere if it makes Tythrin feel better.
Well, no, that's not what I'm asking. I'm saying, like, is this in any way a magical thing, or is this truly just a verbal, here, are you going to attack this person? I say yes or no,
Yeah,
and then
this
you move
part
on.
is just a verbal between us. Maybe she might want it in writing, but I'm hoping it's just verbal between us that you're not going to attack our charge.
Because, well, Grim said that she was brokering it, which implies that she's putting a contract on it.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Correct?
sitting here making sure that it gets done.
Alright, I was always going to ask this to the Blood Queen, essentially. Alright, I have a book. I can make a contract with my patron between me and one of my members of the party that I will not attack you. Will that be sufficient enough?
If you make a contract with whom? Sorry, this is me from
My
character.
if I make a pact with my patron that I will not attack you, but in this pact a pact between me and my party member that I will not break your guys' pact. Would that be sufficient enough?
And who is your patron?
Hmm.
The Patreon lies.
My patron is a celestial being. They are not known for deception.
Well, you'll have to tell me who it is. I can understand you might not want to reveal this information quite in front of your party members, but of course, as you are invoking their name, so to speak, I do need to know their name.
All right. Zori does not mind. She. Oh wait.
Turns out it's like the Blood Queen's mortal enemy.
She just kind of holds up her staff, and she goes, "It's the staff has the picture of like the sculpture of like a black snake with rainbow scales."
Scales. Watch nemesis.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with the androgyny.
No?
Well, that is who my patron is. An androgyny.
Celestial, you say?
Yes.
And can you persuade your patron to get in contact with me and sort of verify this information?
I could try.
You need at least 2 forms of ID. One a picture ID and one your birth certificate, as well as your...
Who asked the 4-digit social security number, please?
Darn, left those in my other wallet.
Ring, 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 celestial phone.
Okay.
Does she not like the snake scale dragon serpent rainbow?
No, she just doesn't really know who she is.
Is that because the DM doesn't really know who she
I mean, that may have something to do with it.
Yeah, you know what? I can't. Really that.
But either way, I mean, so from like an out of character concept, your patron, I mean, on the up and up, not likely to lie, etc., etc. I'm assuming so.
No, I mean, realistically, no.
Okay, then sure. You could get a literal, celestial vouch in the form of some going on. And that would be good enough for the Blood Queen from her perspective, for you at the very least. So we can effectively take you out of the equation.
What if Hythrin attacks her, then we attack Hythrin? Being part of the oath.
That's what it would mean.
If you what?
We put a no. If Hythrin attacks her, then we attack Hythrin.
She would be willing
But Hythrin
to,
is not part of the oath,
add that contract as well, if Tythrin attacks her or brings about others attacking her. Then, it's your job to defend her from Tythrin, turn on Tythrin as,
Hythrin doesn't have to sign anything because
correct.
they're against it.
All Tythrin has to do is weigh up the option of, if she really wants the bug dead, does she want to have to go through 6 adventurers?
I mean,
We know Varial's
I'm
going to be
pretty sure.
perpetually level 2.
Oh, yeah. That's why I can't.
Stubby doesn't even have PC levels.
But Stubby's
But
Stubby.
you still
He's got
don't
plot
have
armor.
What armor? Look, I mean, you know what? I think if it was me and the entire crew, ship crew, or versus them, I think we'd win. I'd win. So I'm not scared.
Do you?
Yeah.
Big britches on them level 3s, huh?
I mean, the crew is like 40 people.
What was that?
That could be level 4 by the time that gets to that.
Right.
And besides, we like the whole point is that we don't actually have to. It's not an actual fight. Like you can literally just have them not be there at
You
the
broke
time,
up
or
a
like.
little bit.
But I mean, like it's not an actual like 1 on 4 or 5 or whatever. You can just have people, be asleep. One person has watch, and then the one person you just disable them, and then boom, the rest are sleeping or whatever, and then you just kill it.
It's not that easy to just disable something and do all that quietly. Like, people wake up. We're not sleeping under the effect of a spell or something.
It's also not like a
Unless you can
literal,
one-shot things.
centimeter big mosquito,
Yeah.
She also has her own army that she can just call upon you.
Well, not on the ship.
I mean, for all we know, she can just summon her children.
I mean, if she could just summon them, then she wouldn't need them. She could just have them be anywhere else.
Like the other side of the
Yeah.
island?
That's
Like,
what she's
she's
gonna do.
offered-
I mean, we can put this theory to the test right now. If she can just materialize them out of thin air or not.
Are you challenging her to do it, like, out of nowhere?
I think
Harvey,
No balls.
you can't summon your entire army right now. I mean, you know what? Like, sure, she wants to just, like, flex and prove it. I mean,
She's
go
not
for it.
trying to flex and prove it. You're trying to get her to. Here's exactly what I can do.
I think we've spent an hour on this. We've managed to
Literal
be
hour.
able to exclude 2 of you from the contract with her under the stipulations that one of you has a contract with us and we have to attack the other if they break our contract.
And really, for all
But
intents
we
and
should just
purposes,
sign it and move on.
Azori does have, a contract. It's just not specifically with her.
That's why I said it. Barring one has a contract with us and the other one gets attacked by us if they break our contract.
Thing is, just move on.
Yeah, we've gotten it to a point. We've had a high roll to manage to convince her to bring down her stipulations by 2 people. Like, let's move on.
Right.
We haven't convinced the other person who was being difficult.
Because no offense, we need to kill something because we haven't in 2 or 3 sessions.
If we were gonna kill
It
someone,
would
we
turn
could
into
kill
three
the
if it's
mosquito.
this.
Preferably not something that starts a domino effect of making everything take so much longer. Like this solves all our problems. We're at a point where we can continue moving on with
I
the
mean,
story without making ourselves have to wait here for fucking.
The thing is, yeah,
2
like,
months in
if we
character.
We're just assuming we'd
kill
have
her-
And then there's
Yeah,
the fact that we may not even kill her. She may be really fucking powerful. Like, Grim planned for us to fight our way to her and still talk to her at the end of it anyway. I assume there's a reason he had it planned out like that. I don't think she's going to be just a piece of piss to kill.
I thought
she's
she,
definitely
I
gotta
said that
be.
it was if the combat got too heavy for her, she would basically have been like, "Hey, whoa, let's talk this out." Like this would have been like her talking would have been like a last resort for her to live.
I thought that she would have just stuck to us straight up as soon as we got there.
But we can do it amicably and without.
But anyway, like it's done with. Like we should just move on because
Yeah.
the thing is, if we killed her, it'll be another 2 weeks of just clearing the entire island. I think,
At
like out of
least.
character.
I mean, sure, out of character, this is the fastest, but in character, we're literally signing to basically kill thousands
We're
of
not.
people. Who we
Not
are,
really.
we're transporting her. We are literally transporting her to start a new hive on the mainland. That is,
But she doesn't kill. She said she doesn't kill.
She's a
She doesn't kill, and out of character as well. The second we deliver her to mainland, if you really want to, you can attack her then once our contract fades. The second we get her on land on that
Grim, is this
island.
friendly mosquito we're transporting right now?
Is what?
Friendly mosquito we're transporting right now? She's not going to kill anybody?
So, like, they don't lie. Like, you know, they're more or less incapable of it. You know, she says she tries not to kill people, especially when it comes to feeding. She doesn't say she's never killed anybody. She says, you know, on her day-to-day thing, she tries not to kill people.
What about
Why
her
would you
hive?
kill your food source?
Like, does her hive kill people?
You didn't ask
like-
her that.
I would imagine possibly a bit more frequently than her,
I'll ask
because
her
they're
that.
not as smart as her, and they travel in swarms. So there'd
Like,
be
I
like
mean,
3 of them feeding.
I will consider signing a contract, but how much, like, is she going to be, like, killing in the process of her transporting her? And afterwards?
She's not,
As
because
little
I'm
as
going to
possible.
be feeding her.
You understand I'm not a
Alright.
monster in the most traditional sense of things. I'm not attempting to go to another continent and set up a gigantic hive to take over the island. Do you understand? Those aren't really my goals, yes?
Oh, well, in that case.
I was just in it for the murder.
I was just...
Mind to ask why she wants to be transported?
Because I'm tired of being here. I've been stuck for quite some time through no fault of mine, I assure you. And I'm ready to go. But however, the distance is too far for me to fly on my own.
Alright. Sign the contract.
Okay.
Wait till morning.
The blood is on my hands.
And as soon as
I
we
think
say
it's
that,
cool.
you know, the sort of thing goes over now, and we get to the contract itself. It's fairly symbolic and ritualistic. She materializes, you know, a cup out of seemingly nowhere. It's sort of a plain bowl. She has sort of a stinger on the end of her tail. She stings herself briefly, pulls the cup underneath, collects her bloods, and she then goes around and does the same to each of you. It pulls a little bit inside it, and then she sort of, after she has everybody's blood in this bowl, she mixes it, and she, you know, takes an effort and puts it into her wound, and along down the line, we all put it into our wounds as well. You know, it's sort of, again, a symbolic blending of the bloods.
Into the wonderful world of AIDS, guys.
I am glad I set out on this.
So, and again, everybody has access until we get down there to sort of the quote-unquote neutered vampiric touch spell. And you can go ahead and put it under your, you know, abilities and all that. Azoria, unfortunately, you don't get that one because, you know, you're...
That's fine.
Yeah. But everyone else does.
And Tython.
Yes, and Tython, because Tython did ultimately, you know, agree and sign, correct?
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, what is it now? You...
The Brood leaves the island. The Sanguine come to the island. And then the tribal people are happy because they're gone. Everyone's happy. We fight the giant crab, and then we leave.
Yes. That's about it.
I see, very well. I will send my brood to the island, to the mainland. They will occupy... How's about the temple for now?
I'll just
Would
occupy
actually
the
be
north.
the
The
ideal.
temple seems
We
very
can
good.
occupy the north too, like the bird area.
We'll leave the birds alone. Maybe they can feed there now and then. But the temple for their living area would actually be ideal because no one
Yeah,
else
that's
seems
true.
to really go there.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Good.
Can you fly at least to the mainland yourself?
I'm somewhat ashamed to admit, but at the moment, no, I cannot.
But your brood can?
Yes.
Imagine being weaker than your half breeds. Oh. I wouldn't say that in character. But...
Imagine not having a soul.
But you know, I do have a soul.
Well, you can travel with one of us on the boat.
If I don't have a soul, then I couldn't have signed this contract.
Gingers.
Yeah, it's on you.
Crow? Yeah.
So, who is feeling confident in carrying the Blood Queen over to the island?
I
I'm
cannot.
not proficient in
And
it,
it-
so I'm not.
I am.
Sharper.
I've got BB.
Okay. Either way, I would like a watercraft vehicle, dexterity, of course, from everyone. And again, I need to really know whom is, ferrying her over into what.
If no one else is, I could.
Okay.
Not because I crit, but just because.
Sure.
I mean,
I would-
I reckon I can do it.
If Sharper one, sure. If Sharper doesn't want to, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Okay.
If Shafa gets on his boat and feels shaky, he won't do
Then
it.
Shaffer gets another one.
And then she dies. So we're all done here, everybody.
And
Sharper's
then a
good
giant
enough.
fish just comes over. It's,
Azori is having a lot of trouble, however. Whether
There's a lot on her mind right
contracted
now.
with her patron and all that, the whole, again, it's obvious she definitely doesn't agree about what everybody just did.
I agree with what I just
And
did.
again, she's got a lot on her
100%
mind.
Yeah, she's definitely got. She's kind of with Python on this. Like, essentially, she's really kind of like, did we really just condemn an area to complete the contract?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But either way, everyone else managed to roll well enough with some crits and whatnot that we can take some time and help her out. She's not in danger of dying or drowning her at the moment, but, she is having a lot of trouble, and she's, falling off fairly frequently, unfortunately. In the meantime, can I get a random weather check?
cannot attack again.
Calming weather again.
That is the
Hilarious.
2.
82.
Nothing unusual in the weather today.
This
So
beautiful rain.
At any point, do we just see a big swarm fly over?
yes, at some point shortly after you would leave, there is, as you say, a big swarm that sort of crosses our path. They're taking, I would believe, a different path than we are, as they are, going straight from the place to the temples, and we are, well, I don't exactly know where we're going, but either way, yes, and there's a lot of numbers there, too. Certainly more than you saw going into the island. When she said everything is leaving the island, or at least everything of hers, she certainly meant it. So that does bring up the question, where are we going with her?
Can we just leave her in the cave for now? That seems like a fine enough spot.
Yeah.
It's
I
out of
reckon
the
we
way.
need to go see Teklin and tell them to possibly really consider moving over near the village.
Well, there was that whole declare people as crewmates within 3 days. So
Yeah.
maybe we should take her to Declan and do that.
Yeah, I reckon we need to see Teklin either way, though, whether it's with or without her.
Does that
Right
sound
now,
like
Mhm.
a plan?
Sign the contract for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. They do need to know.
Somebody. Let me get a D20.
Sure, I gotcha. That's 12. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Turns out Teklin's getting eaten by the giant mosquito.
Turns out Tacklin's a jerk. No.
Oh, Teklin is killing the tribespeople.
Turns out 12 tribespeople have found out Declan's undead.
Turns out that Teklin is level 12 and she kicks our ass.
Obliterates us.
We are pulling our tokens into the southwest.
Am I supposed to see nothing right now?
Don't see anything?
Just see all.
We need to pull our tokens, I think.
I don't know if I dragged my token on. I did. I don't see anything still.
I tried my
Oh,
token.
it's supposed to be
Yes, I
daylight.
did see it.
There you go.
Oh, okay. That's
Try
what-
moving your token.
I still don't see anything.
Nope.
Yeah, you see Tythran, but
Oh my gosh.
I read the token doesn't have light. Doesn't have
Oh,
sight.
now I see myself. Okay. Hello there, giant
There
crabby boy.
Whom can still not see.
I can see now.
Okay. So sort of in the distance ahead of us, we see, well,
Big boy crabs.
what looks like big boy.
2.0. 2.0, because there was already the big boy crabs, but these are like. you
These
know,
are much bigger boy crabs. These
the
crabs
bigger
are bigger
boy.
boys than you.
They're like
Well-
Shafira size.
Well, yeah, but we've already
Yes.
seen like 2x2, the large-sized crabs. I believe. No, these were toads. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot. So yeah, these are the big boy crabs.
They are
Well,
aware of
actually-
you, and guess what? They're coming towards you.
Can I roll diplomacy? Can we
Hey,
intersign you to the?
Yes.
That's what
We
Give
want
us
to
a
get a
plan.
contract with Kibuka.
Yeah, would you like to get a contract going?
Oh,
You help us kill your father.
And you can become God.
If you
And you can
move
become
off the
God.
island,
They do not appear to be intelligent. let me just say that.
Yeah, you know.
we're gonna butt us.
Ooh.
man, I hate initiative.
I love my
Never works
initiative.
for me.
Quick, get them butter melted. We're gonna have lunch today.
There we go.
I don't think like even if I had advantage in my initiatives, I don't think I'd ever roll 2-digit initiatives.
All right, next, you are up first.
We rested, right? We're at full and
We
everything.
are at full, yes.
Well,
I think we rested before we didn't get in the fight last time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
try and hide in these bushes. And then I will.
Good luck with the fight, suckers.
Excuse me.
BB there, and that's my turn.
All right, Tythrin.
It's a long crab. You'll have to give me a second.
The longest.
Need to check something. All right. We never technically. What's the average throwing range of a weapon? So far, we don't
20.
technically have a range.
Yeah, I'm
20,
pretty sure it's
okay.
20.
What doesn't have a
20.
range?
Yeah.
Well, the harpoon. I don't know how far to
Really?
throw it. It doesn't have one.
I'd imagine it'd be like,
Yeah, it's 1530.
oh, 15,
Does it?
30.
Yeah.
No, I didn't
Oh.
see it.
Usually
think it
they're like 2060 or something like that, but that's what harpoons are shorter.
It's also attached to a rope.
I mean,
Yeah,
how
because
far
they're
could-
attached to a rope.
Surely this crab can't run that far. You know what? I mean, I'm gonna guess this crab can move about 40 feet per turn, so I'm just gonna move 45 feet away from him.
And before they move, I do want to point out that out of character, remember that large creatures usually have
Reach.
greater reach. Like it makes sense to their size.
It's fine.
When I was watching, there you go. Okay.
Snip, snip.
Sharver, it is
No.
your turn.
Let him come at me.
Come at me. Oh.
I'd like to see him try.
I am going to. I'm gonna jump in the bush and try and hide.
And then that was just me, 1 versus 2 in the crab.
Blunderberry is there.
Oh, thanks, Blender
So
Bear.
is
So see that
Shafira.
you got my back.
She's a
Thanks,
little
Jared,
hurt. You
so
didn't
sweet.
include her.
Didn't moved up yet.
I mean, she wasn't there when I was saying it, but not yet. Neshafir is there.
It will take the dodge action.
Ooh.
Azori, it's your turn.
Okay.
You be scuttling on the spot. I assume Stubby went back to his tribe when we got to the beach.
God damn it, I forgot Stubby. Yes. That is exactly what happened.
Yes, so we went to his tribe to tell them that the island is free now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
Understandable,
going
thanks,
to
Doug.
look across the crab that just came up. Thank you.
That's it. It's 15. It's
because
dodging.
dodged.
But-
Yeah.
But its speed is reduced by 10.
Mm-hmm. And it will also take the dodge action. Kaya, your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna move over here and hide behind this tree.
The Blood Queen will hide in a tree.
All the hiding.
She will also literally fire a mosquito at one of the crabs.
Just summon him out of nowhere.
And look, we have a... Whoops, I didn't name it right. Little handout for that. Isn't it adorable?
Oh.
Hands out.
It's in a weird way.
Yeah.
And you guys wanted to
That's
hide
awesome.
her.
Cute.
Hate it.
Nix, it is your turn.
At the back crab, I will command it to attack this crab.
Oh, command. Isn't it just one word?
Attack.
It attacks you.
Yeah, you give it a command, and yeah. Oh, fucking really? Why did they
April.
call it?
Oh.
They have a minus
Why-
one and rolls a nat
why
20.
is it-
Too stupid for
Wise
that.
old crab.
What a wise crab. I will then use my bonus action to 10, 20, 30, and that's my turn.
Tythrin.
I walk up, and I assume it's not going to opportunity attack me. I'm gonna stand behind the mosquito.
This
questions.
should be noted is not a giant mosquito. This is, while odd looking, a only slightly larger than normal mosquito.
I'm hiding behind it, and I'm going to stab the crab.
Use hide.
I'm not going to stab.
You are not going to stab the crab.
Do I have advantage on it because I've got the mosquito by my side?
No, they do not confer
You do
advantage.
not have target.
Sharfer, your turn.
Yeah. I run up and hide behind Tyther.
And hide behind the mosquito with me.
Get a train of people hiding. I'm actually gonna use a 2 dash actions. Come and flank the crab.
Boss boy.
And still be hiding.
Not after sprinting 70 feet.
No, Shafira.
Yeah, no, I used my bonus action to dash as well as instead of hiding.
This one will attack Sharfer.
It's because I'm fast.
Tripper,
It's bad at attacking.
You rolled really bad. There's no way you lost.
That don't hit.
Zori.
You get only one attack.
You say that, but I feel like it's gonna do one attack of like 3 dice damage.
Probably gonna a lot of
I
damage.
don't want to see how much damage it does.
And it'll probably have grapple or something.
But since it attacked, it didn't dodge.
Yes.
Going to Eldritch Blast the one next to Shafira.
Okay. That's a hit.
And
Any movement?
Nah, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay. This one is going to attack Shafira. That is Shafira. Whoops.
Shoot.
Are any of those on me?
Oh, God!
Whose attack I wasn't actually.
Wow.
Yeah. See, they get one attack, but it does 2d8 plus 4.
Oh.
Did roll damn near max.
Yeah.
On that one though. So
Shafira is grappled and she is not doing good.
It's just
Yeah.
Craig is gonna
Nice.
take her head off.
Kaya, it's your turn. It also should be noted that
much
Shafira
can I
did sign the contract
move?
as well. I realized I didn't have her token, but she was there.
Oh, I actually can do it. I have 45 feet of what I have 45 or was it 50?
Oh,
Oh, was
hold
it
up.
40?
Why is Shafir signing
40.
the contract? Because she's not coming with us.
She was
Is
still
she?
there though.
Yeah, she wasn't with us there, I think.
No.
Was
But
she?
she's not. Isn't this contract is for leaving the
I
island?
think she's gonna want to leave with us at the end of the day.
Is she?
I would imagine so. She didn't like living with
Well,
the
that's something I
villagers
would
'cause
ask
they treat
her
her
at
as
the
a pet.
But didn't
She would have said yes.
really-
You know, she thought she was with you.
I mean, yeah, she doesn't like the tribes people, so she'd probably live with us. Yeah, it makes sense. It's here. And I think I
mean-
can position this so that it hits both of them. Oh, show spell description. So that it hits both of them but doesn't hit anyone else. Is it 10 or is it 15? 15-foot cube. Yeah, I can position it so it hits both of them.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Constitution. First with the top, then from the bottom. Top,
So it'll be right there.
bottom. Both miss.
Both miss, so they get
pushes
pushed 10 feet
10
away,
away
which
from
breaks the grab.
Sure
Yeah.
does.
And I don't think this one can be pushed. I don't know. And yeah, they
Wouldn't it
take
be
the 7 damage.
Or something. It was on the corner.
how much damage? Oh,
7.
7, I see it. Yeah.
7 thunder, yeah.
Python. Reaction attack. It moved more than 5 feet away from you.
Cannot attack of
it needs to
opportunity
move.
against
Oh,
force
oh,
push.
can't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That would have been awesome.
Well, the Blood Queen will make another mosquito attack against the one with Shafira. It will miss. This one will come back and will siphon blood.
I hope it doesn't come back in 7 blood.
No, siphon is the best word for it. Nyx, it's your turn.
This to cast this at the far puppet. Bar crab. This one.
Okay.
I'm
Let's see.
casting it
It's
through.
another wisdom.
Through BB. Oh. God. It's still half of
Damn it.
3d6.
Uh,
Five.
these are some wise crabs.
Yeah,
Their brains are
particularly
so juicy.
this one, right?
Tythrid, it's your turn.
Move up on this way.
This crab's like on Sharfer. Is that indicative of anything?
Yes,
or-
Sharfer is basically underneath it. It got pushed. Sharfer is small, the crab is large, so I'm letting it
I
happen.
see. Okay.
Rather than,
Gotcha.
bowling him over or anything like that.
Does it give flanking then?
If you, get here, I'll count it as being flanking. Here
Here or
or
that?
here. Either.
Okay. Well, I mean, realistically, it'd be way better to just go to the closer spot here then, if I can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Harpoon. Well, bam.
That's a hit.
stab him. He's like, I've been stabbed. What are they? He's gonna need to roll DC of what is it, dexterity?
Yes,
I believe?
dexterity. Which he does.
Man, he's a dancy crab. He's got like 6 legs.
These scrubs are great. Like they're great at saving.
The
except
dancey wise crab.
against the other way.
Sharper, it's your turn.
I'm just gonna move here so I'm not directly underneath.
Sure.
You should be under it though. That's like it gives cover.
I'm not sure how to give enough cover. But I'm gonna take a slash at it.
That's a hit.
16 damage.
Mm-hmm. Shafira is out of this fight. She has literally 1 HP.
Man, what a cow. I can't believe she's expecting to be part of the party and then she just leaves like this.
Ooh. It will again attack Sharper, the smaller target. Probably miss.
Missing.
Azori.
Okay. Gonna use the spell slot and cast Guiding Bolt, the one at the very top.
Mm-hmm. That's a hit.
Okay. 3, so this one. 13.
Okay.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to use a point of healing light into Shafira.
Mm-hmm. She's still not willing to go back in. You do not believe.
No, no.
I will move and it'll attack Kaya.
Yeah. 10 misses.
Kaya, it's your turn.
And you have a
I have advantage?
Yes. If
Guiding
you were
bolt.
attacking this one.
Oh, guiding bolt.
Guiding
Yeah.
bolt. Yep.
Awesome. Then I am going to go ahead and as a bonus action, I could have done that last turn, but I didn't this anyway. Cast Shillelagh
Mm-hmm.
on my boomerang. And then hit it with my Shillelagh.
That's a hit with the Shalamarang.
8.
Does that include
No, because I don't have a bonus action.
No, I meant it includes
Or
your
what?
wisdom.
Oh.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, it includes my wisdom.
All right, the queen, more or less the same. The other two will move in and attack it twice. Nyx, it is your turn.
I will bring BB here to get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Or damage. And was that thing a no, it'll be yeah, that's my turn.
Tithrin.
I'm here. Crab's here. Stabbing with advantage because I'm flanking.
Yeah.
That's another crit.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled 3 crits in a row. I just want to point that out. Technically, the first one required me to have advantage, but regardless. He's going to roll that dexterity save. Person getting impaled. You're going to pick him up and throw him away.
This one is now bloodied.
Buttered.
Buttered. Sharper. It's your
They're
turn.
crabs. They're buttered. Yeah.
Roll the crab dexterity save.
I did roll the crab dexterity save.
God
The
damn.
crab
What
is
was
very
it?
dexterous.
I didn't see it.
Is it
Okay, thanks
dexterous
for
enough to
rolling the
dodge
crab.
this, though?
He does not, because you have advantage.
Oh, awesome. I thought I missed. That's a 17.
This
That
one will
blue
again continue to attack Sharper.
Pathetic.
Alright, Eldritch Blast at the one at the top.
That's a hit.
With advantage.
This one is now bloodied.
And that's my turn.
Okay. This one will attack Gaia.
All right. Well, misses.
Gaia, your turn.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, no. 12 just hits.
12 hits.
Wait, what? My armor's that bad?
Okay. Hits you for 13, and you are grappled.
Apple. Got it. Grappled.
Here we can. You're in that. And it is your turn.
Okay. And it is my turn. Still, ouch. That would be my turn, and I'm gonna attack it with Shillamaran.
Ah,
Oh,
that
10 misses
misses,
probably.
unfortunately, yeah.
I'm still going to use a key point to use 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay. Hit.
And then a headbutt.
And also a hit. You headbutt the
3 and
crab.
6.
The crab.
Many. Now I'm glad we didn't fight her.
Yeah.
2 of them will attack. Top and bottom. This one will disengage and return to the Brood Queen. Next, it is your turn.
Obviously. And it's my turn.
Wham.
Tythrin, your turn.
Crab. It's here. Stab with advantage.
Hit.
It hits, I assume.
Mhm. Ooh. Okay. Sharper.
Seeing the crabs start to look like it's all messed up, I'll try and take off one of its legs for dinner.
You hit it. You crit it, as a matter of fact.
Oh boy.
It's
Oh,
the snake.
God.
The snake doesn't get a crit, right? That's
No, his Nick does.
That's 23, or is it 28?
The Nick does get crit.
Pickle sneak.
Everything that's a die roll crits.
Sure enough, that is enough
Like,
to
it's
put
doubled.
it down.
Yeah. Sure, Fairy. Finally, your hate for crabs pays off.
Crab legs for dinner.
Sphere's out. This one's dead. Azori.
Okay. Yeah, let's cast another guiding bolt at the remaining crab. Ooh.
That's a hit.
It's a hit.
So close to a crit. Oh, 17.
Still a pretty good one. This one will attack Kaya.
No.
Kaya.
And will miss. And Kaya, it is your turn.
Grapple, doesn't it get advantage?
Yep.
No, these do not offer advantage. They are, you know...
Oh, I'm not restrained. It's grapple.
We have advantage. Oh.
No, grapple, they just can't move, and that's about it.
Correct.
It's always confusing, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack it with my Shilamerang.
Mm-hmm. That's a miss.
And miss again. And I'm gonna bonus action just kick it as it's holding me.
Plus
For
6.
All right, it is looking awfully buttered.
Awfully
let us see.
buttered.
I can smell this flavor.
Nope, that one misses. This one will withdraw. This one will withdraw. This one will still attack.
Heals.
Nyx, it's your turn.
I will move BB there. And... 1 damage.
Needed a little bit more than that. Tythrin, it's your turn.
There's a crab here.
Go, Tythrin, go.
When it's on 2 health.
Can I flank with the mosquitoes?
No.
Technically, no. So, should I go here? I'll poke with the harpoon. I don't hit it. That's my turn. Thanks for coming.
Oh
everyone.
no, Tythrin.
Sharper, it's your turn.
Sharper, get him.
I'm gonna bonus action dash
Bonus action dash.
and more crab legs.
Sure enough.
Head.
That's enough to bring it down.
Nice.
The rest of the
Crabs are pretty
mosquitoes
big.
return to the broodmother.
Sharper, the anti-crab.
Jaffa climbs on top and declares him king of the crab.
The king of the crab, king of the castle, king of the castle. And the Brood Queen is looking somewhat bigger than when you last saw her. She is slightly engorged on this bluish blood. However, we are out of combat.
Nice. We've done it. We won.
We did it.
Good work, everybody. I like to thank the Academy.
Can we attempt to drag the crabs back to the boat?
Why?
The camp
Why would we drag them back to the boat?
for
That's-
food.
That's a lot of crab meat.
I'm
Yeah.
not dragging it back. You guys can.
I will drag them, yeah.
I'll help as
Or
best I
one of
can.
them.
Are we going to attempt to drag them both or just the one? They are awfully heavy, as you may be able to imagine.
I'm thinking we'll just get the one, but just the one would be all right, guys.
Okay, are we just grabbing or are we doing, lashing it down, using our ropes, the whole 9 yards?
I'll tie it up a wee bit.
Okay.
See what I can do. See if you haven't got through what I've
I
got.
cannot lift it up.
You're definitely not lifting it up on your head. For whatever, that is. However, after that little bit of stuff done, we do make it. Gosh, I just call it the shipwreck. We make it back to the shipwreck. Even though that's not exactly what it is.
Chester's there.
Hey, Jasper, it's good to see you.
Missed you, Chester. Can you
Always
dance
make
for
me
us?
happy. That's the man.
Everyone always loves Chester more than BB. Poor BB, he's the one that fights for y'all.
Oh, Bibi's nice. I love Bibi, but Chester doesn't come with us all the time, so we miss him.
True.
BB, BB just, he just does some damage. But Chester, he raises all of our morale. Without him, we are nothing.
Chester is a bard.
Yeah, Chester is. Can Chester multiclass into Bard out of chest?
Can
That would
Chester
be-
be a,
That would be a little
be a
weird.
companion with glasses?
Could Chester multi-class into Shelf?
Chester awakens and becomes a party member.
Okay, now Shelf is his subclass.
Ah,
Yeah, Bard, College of the Shell.
Either way, as you are returning, I presume you sort of call out to everyone, and Captain Tacklin comes up to meet you. Oh, I got a little bit of a good haul.
Are we bringing the Blood Queen with us, or did we leave
Yes.
her somewhere?
yes, we're bringing
Yes.
them with us.
Okay.
We're just walking in the camp with this mosquito.
Yes.
I would have said no. I would have said let's leave him somewhere.
We
And
we
then-
need to designate crewmates for safety.
I mean, we still need to explain we're taking the mosquito, so we still need to take her with us.
Yeah.
We
We're not gonna hide the mosquito on the boat. They're gonna find out eventually.
No, but we also shouldn't just walk into it with camp in the same way we just don't walk Teklet into the other camp. Because these people are going to be like, hey, why is there a gigantic monster mosquito around the place?
No, they're just a fae. The ugly one is here. They shouldn't judge.
It's just a giant mosquito monster. It's
They shouldn't
right-
judge. It can start
She's
and
with
speak and
us.
communicate with
She's
us.
with us.
Yeah,
She's here. I like Grim.
she's our pet. Just like Shafira. Just kidding.
Ooh.
Shafira gets very indignant at that.
Shafira cannot understand common, so it's fine.
Yeah.
There's a couple of words she's been picking up, one of which is pet.
But no, I would never say
I
that
know.
for Shafira.
It's a joke. But yes, Captain Tacklin comes up and says, "Oh, quite a haul," and it's obvious that she's referring to the crab, and has not seen the Brood Queen yet.
She's standing right next to us. How could she not?
Yes, we came across
No,
this
the
on
Brood
our
Queen is
way
hiding
back.
behind Shafira.
There's legitimately a giant mosquito monster right next to the crab. Teklet, open your eyes.
You just say that in character.
Yes, I said that in character.
I see. She levels her musket at it.
No, no,
It's
no.
it's our it's
I
all right.
roll for initiative and kill Jacqueline.
Again, kill Ticklin again.
Well, I could wait, just outside of camp with her so you can explain the situation first.
That's what I was suggesting, but we decided just to bring her here. So she's here. Technically, she's pointing the musket at her. I'm not
No,
next
no,
to her.
no, Ticklin, no. She's with us.
Can I tackle
It's
her
okay.
to the
The
ground?
monster is with you? Why would you say it's a monster if it's with you?
It's not a monster.
Because Tythron
Hythorn
doesn't
is
like it.
overreacting.
It is a monster.
Tythron
No,
doesn't
it's a
like
fake
this.
creature. Fake creatures are not monsters.
This
Yeah, it's the very
coming from the
definition of a
undead
monster.
lady?
I don't introduce myself as a monster. And I should think neither do many of my crew members. Or associates.
You cannot judge a
But,
cover a
maybe
book by its
Tythron
cover.
might, but,
Can't judge a book by its
Tythron seems to be.
actions.
They seem to be very fond of introducing things as monsters.
I kind of didn't hear all that. You want to
Now,
repeat
what
that,
is a
Sharford?
monster or was a monster is this crab that we killed and is now food.
Right. Well, if it's not a monster, what is it?
A friend.
I see. Well, I guess you're certainly collecting them, aren't you?
Unfortunately,
We are non-discriminatory.
Oh, also, did Varian come with us here, or where did he go?
Yes, he would have came with you.
He wasn't in the fight
I
before,
forget
but
all
yeah.
the NPCs. I'm here too.
Oh, Varial is here. Look, we found a friend.
Vodari.
And another one. Well, yeah, I remember that one from the ship. I
Oh, Stu.
think he was lying unconscious on the floor last I saw him.
I think he was, but. Oh yeah, because the fight. That's right. But technically, she would have seen him after that.
Not necessarily. She sort of didn't walk around a lot.
I guess.
Not in dead guys.
So, what brings you back?
You need to move the camp
Uh,
to the
I
village.
beg your pardon?
It's not safe to be over here anymore.
What do you mean it isn't safe to be here?
There's a lot of mosquitoes going to be in the area pretty soon. I guess
She-
actually they're probably right here, aren't they? Because they beat us here.
Yes, but they're not exactly here. They're at the temple.
Yeah, they're not here.
They're in
here,
the
they're at
temple, yeah.
Yes.
Just as a... Should just be a precaution.
Right. So, where are we moving a camp to? I mean,
Not sure, but just on the other side of the island. That's basically it.
right, closer to the village then.
Yep.
The tribe people did say they wanted to have a talk with you and, well, with the representative of...
Right,
of this
probably
group.
not best for them to
And-
have a talk with me.
would like us to make camp near them.
Right,
that
I
could
remember
be
we had a
discussed.
little bit of a conversation about it the other day. I just wasn't quite sure that it had stepped up from a talking about thing to we have to do this right this minute type deal.
Oh, yeah, no, it escalated to that just because of giant mosquitoes to stay safe as a precaution.
When giant mosquitoes expedited the process.
Yes.
Right. Well, I guess if you all insist, we'll start packing things down and we'll start moving some of the wood we've cut down there as well. Probably take us a couple of days.
Yep.
Is it nighttime already, or is it? How much have we traveled?
It would be just becoming night.
Yeah. Well, I think we should just rest for tonight and then leave in the morning.
You're talking to us, or you're talking amongst yourselves? Because like I said,
Maybe.
it'll be a few days before
Yeah, in
we
general.
can pack things down.
Oh well, yeah, you can still pack. It's a lot.
Right. All right, but I guess fair's fair. In the morning, we'll start to work on it. I suppose we're having sort of a a crab boil tonight.
Yeah, that would be suitable.
All right, well, lads, go ahead and wrangle him in. We'll start cooking.
Should be enough for a few days.
I don't know. There's like 20 of us here.
I mean, you'll eat the
Yeah.
leg, so realistically, it's not gonna last very long.
I mean, on the one that's this large, you can hit. I don't know if you
Body
can
meat
hit the
doesn't
body
taste
actually.
good. I mean, you technically can, but most people don't really eat crab body.
Oh.
But can we go around and show the fake creature all the people that can't eat?
Would be advisable.
What's that?
Showing the fake creature what they can't eat.
Sure. So you, again, she obviously wouldn't prompt it for you to do it, but if you begin prompting people, she obviously looks at him and makes sure she studies their face, which is, difficult because they're all identical.
They're all identical. I mean, to her, we're all identical.
Right, but I mean, she's definitely sort of... she's trying to keep her word about it.
I didn't know we were getting racial on it.
Ugh.
Wait, what?
All right,
All
I'm going to be back in about
Okay.
5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and refill my drink. So
Alright.
let's everybody take a 5-minute break or so.
Sounds
Mind if I
good.
do?
I shall be back.
Yep, same.
Alright, I'm back.
I don't know who's here and who's not. I'm here.
Welcome here.
I'm not sure who else is still here though.
I'm guessing nobody else is still here.
Yeah.
I am here, by the way, whenever we're ready.
Still think we're
back.
waiting on 3. 2.
I'm back.
Okay, I still think we're waiting on Sergio. So what do we think the plan is from here?
Need to find a way to break the guard.
Yeah, see how the Sahagwan feel about having their island back and maybe wait for God to show up.
We've been working pretty hard for a couple of weeks. I think we can take a day or two break.
Yeah.
Who were we waiting on?
Just Sergio.
Ah,
And I'm back.
Welcome back. All right, that should be everyone then. All right, so we've sort of gone around and we have introduced everyone to the Blood Queen. Have we sort of informed them of the pact that's going on? Or have we just sort of left it at, they're our friend?
I would have, sure. I'll tell Tacklin about it.
Yeah, I tell Declan.
Tacklin at the very least?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, do you want me to go around to every single individual person and give them the rundown?
Well, no, but I mean, there's a difference between pulling the captain aside and telling her what's going on, as opposed to sitting around a campfire and telling everyone what's going on. Right?
Oh, well, there's the other one. I mean,
No, just telling the captain for now.
not telling her in secret, but I would have told her.
Okay.
I would not go out of my way to tell her. Like, as
It's
in,
not like
so out of a way to
not
make it
like
seem-
we're trying to make sure nobody's eavesdropping or anything.
Yeah, I would have just told her.
I would probably ask Ticklin to let everyone know.
Sure. After, the conversation, which we'll sort of hand wave, she would sort of let everyone know that, what's going on and to be on our best behavior, because then
We
they'll
will kill them if they touch the Blood Queen.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, most people don't want to mess with you. It should be said, it seems as if some of these quite larger of the crabs have been encountered in sort of ones and twos again, just like you sort of did. And, they prove to be a fair amount for most of the regular crew members. Not so much, the officers, but yeah, things are pretty rough and pretty hairy with the other ones. So it is the next day. May I please get a weather check? And I will do the same thing. Interesting. Okay, it is sort of raining today.
Nice.
But past that, nothing out of the ordinary. Despite the rain, the crew sort of does what they can to break down their tents, their camps, and all sort of the makeshift things that they've got. They're doing a fairly good thing of it. I guess they actually don't do the tents yet, but they pack away pretty much everything else. They start hauling what logs they have cut and what actual timber they've cut down now, and sort of pile it up. It looks like it's going to take them at least one more day to be in a way that is definitely ready to move, though.
Sure.
Would we like to wait for them, or...
I'll help out a little bit where I can.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean-
I'd help out where I could.
I'm sure they can get the camp themselves. Shouldn't we go like inform the tribal people that they're
One
coming?
sec.
Because realistically, we're not really making a difference in their camp. Speed.
I mean, the tribespeople wanted them to move over there, though.
Exactly. So we should tell them, hey, they are coming. Do you have a spot for them?
Oh, yeah, if you want, we
Yeah.
can go do that.
Okay. Does that sound like a plan? Are we in agreement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we
Well, I
travel,
would think that's
the rain is getting heavier and heavier. It looks like this is going to be something that, you know, if you had to guess, is going to last a good while.
almost as if there's a giant crab coming ashore.
Almost. Can I get a perception check from everyone? Ooh.
Sure, you can get a perception check. Will I see anything? That's a different question. I will see everything.
No, I've become clairvoyant.
So, Nikki Sharfer, from the temple, you can see that there's some sort of commotion coming from it. I mean, you can see sort of the mosquitoes, excuse me, they're sort of riled up and sort of swarming above the temple in pretty much droves right now.
Should we possibly reroute and go to the temple? I mean, I think that's the question because it's clear that something's happening at the temple. The rain started up. It's not a wild assumption to think this probably tied to the crab. Do we want to potentially go to the temple and try to end it, or do we want to go to the tribes people? I'm frankly inclined to say that we just go there and possibly see if we could do it now with the
I left for a second. What did I miss?
there's a bunch of rain and the insects all at the temple are quite disturbed by something. So the question is, do we want to go to the temple and see what possibly could be the giant crab, or do we want to try to wait and go try to like rally the tribes people or whoever else is actually going to help us fight it?
I mean, I don't think the tribespeople would help us fight if the insects are there.
Probably not going to help us fight the temple in general, to be honest.
Yeah. So if it's in the temple and we want to check, like I said, we can check it. Yeah. And see what we can do.
Okay.
I'm fine turning it over to the temple.
Yeah.
So before we get to the temple,
Mhm.
we're still miles off, and we can see what is definitely Kabuka, from what we've been told, and he is sort of clambering onto the beach at this point. It looks like he's sort of picking through the ruins. I have a couple of handouts for you.
Just question, like, actually, how big is Kabuka? Like,
Number one being,
They're
you know,
all size?
what it looks like.
Okay.
And number two being sort of the sense of scale.
It's about 2 inches tall.
Oh. Oh.
He's a little
Oh.
bigger than 2 inches.
Oh.
oh Lord.
Snippy shippy.
Snippy shippy.
Snappy shippy.
Oh, so we're playing Shadow of the Colossus now. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
It does look like it is heading inland. And I will...
Plot twist, Kabuko wasn't the real threat after all.
It's running from something. Oh god, it's not that big.
Oh,
Get me 60 feet away from it. I'll just command it back into the water.
So, what would we like to do?
Are we still going in?
Are we still going in?
I mean, are the bugs sort of attacking it? Because we can see it. I
No,
assume.
they're not.
Is the Blood Queen with us?
Yes, she is.
Can we ask her if she's ready?
Weren't you planning for a lot and gathering allies and whatnot? It wasn't the entire point of this? Are we
Well,
throwing
then
those
the-
plans away now because the opportunity is in front of us?
I mean, our plan was to get allies, and then you became the ally.
I didn't realize I was your sole ally.
Well, our other allies, at least one of them, is not going to be inclined that you are our ally.
I see.
How would we get to informing the Sahagwin?
We'd have to get Stubby to do it. I mean, it's here. We're here. We're a mere 5 miles out. If things are looking too spicy, we can always just try to run. Can't imagine
I don't
it
think
will
we should
hunt
try
us
and
down.
fight it. We haven't, sorted out any plan for fighting it.
I sort of think we're going to need all of the tribes.
Actually ain't helping us. She's one ain't gonna help us. I mean, we could get the, sea devils, but I mean, we don't know how long it's gonna be around here, and we don't have contact with Stubby, so we have to wait for Stubby to find us, basically.
Yeah.
Could we try and drag it to the village?
I mean, we could try, but
Hmm.
again, we don't even know if it's interested in us. And it's certainly probably not going to be interested enough to chase us across an entire island.
yeah.
So I think the real options are we either wait for Stubby, or I mean, we could try to like deceive the tribespeople into actually believing that they're on our side or we're on their side, but otherwise at least one of our allies is here. That one ally, quote unquote, that we know we have, anyways.
It is lumbering forward. As it's moving, it is not very quick while it is on land. It's rather, a normal speed, sort of belying sort of its large stature. You might figure it would be rather quick because it's taking huge strides. But it looks like, it's got a fair amount of bulk to it. And so when it moves, it does not move quickly. But it is most certainly moving. It's not actually moving towards you. It's a little hard to tell. But it is moving up the coast.
Where the shipwreck is?
That's the direction it looks like it's moving in.
Well, I mean, do we want to just walk up there, or do we want to go check it out?
I mean, an idea, we could watch it for a little bit, just to kind of see A, where it's going, and B, any potential weaknesses.
Yeah.
And if it does happen to get to the...
I mean, is it just going for the temple, or is it going further?
It does not look like it is going for the temple now. It looked like that's where it came up at,
Right.
but it is ignoring the temple now.
Where does it sort of look like it's heading towards?
Again, it looks like it's heading up the coast.
Towards Techland.
Mhm.
Maybe we should head up there and warn them.
Yeah.
Hmm. I agree.
Okay. Does anybody object?
I'm down for whatever. I gave my possible thing, so.
All right. Moving at a normal speed, we can see that it is moving just as quickly as we are. Are we going to hurry to beat it? I mean, ostensibly, they can certainly see it at some point. It's several miles off still, but it's big and it looms, and this is, rather plainy, savanna-y, beachy type land.
I mean, maybe we tell the Queen to tell her bird to follow it. We might just head the same speed as it's in, but we might get there at the same point in time and be able to battle.
Yeah.
Shall we postpone this decision until next session? When maybe we're feeling a little bit more refreshed and engaged?
I said we just go for it, but I mean, nobody else really wants to do it, so I'm fine just sort of trailing it. But again, we're just trailing it. I mean, we don't have a decision on what to do with it.
Well, we don't want to go attacking it with just the 8 of us and the Queen's bugs.
Right.
Well, then
I mean, it's a
let's
very...
trail it. Let's just leave it alone and go get to the villagers then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is basically... I mean, more like... Because it seems to be heading to the ship, so I say we should follow it, see if it goes to the ship, and try and get everybody out, if possible.
And get themselves out. I mean, we're either going there and we're fighting it, or we're going to get the villagers and just letting them do their own thing. Those are the only two realistic options.
Right, which, yeah, if we have to fight it, we're going to have to fight it.
What I was sort of thinking is that just with the 8 of us and the Queen thing, it wouldn't quite be enough. But
I was muted.
Why do we? If the queen's not gonna be enough, then why
But-
do we even get it?
I mean, I thought that
No.
if we waited till we got back to the ship, we would just have enough to be able to do it with the queen and the rest of the shipmates and us.
What I'm saying, yeah, that's exactly what I'm for. Like just going towards the sheep, rushing there actually, so that we get before it, and we want everyone to get ready.
Yeah.
That's
That way
the
we
best chance we have. Like running towards the shipwreck, so that we get there before the crab, and we warn them so that they can be ready and fight the crab, and we also have the brood fighting the crab.
Mm-hmm. I'm for that.
Can the queen control a bird from all the way over here? Can she tell them to follow the crab?
She didn't. She controlled it perfectly fine away from the bird last time. No reason she couldn't do it this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we should probably run then and get the queen to bring her brood up.
Okay. The crab has been following you the entire time. We make our way back to the shipwreck, and people are obviously cognizant of the fact that this giant crab is here. They've been sort of doing what they can. It's obviously they were sort of in a beginning to get packed, as it were. Now they're sort of grabbing the very essential supplies as it becomes more and more obvious that, the thing is heading directly for them. So when you make it there, there's obviously, quite a lot of activity, hustle and bustle.
Does anyone
I
come
cleared
here
it's
or are
time.
you focused?
Pretty much people are focused on what they're doing. It's pretty obvious that it's coming towards them, and they don't wish to be here, so they're grabbing what they can.
Everyone is gone.
It's time to fight.
Now might be your chance. Everyone, grab your weapons.
We can be heroes. We can get a good standing with the island.
Right, I mean, I guess we can. Weren't you telling us about all these grand plans you had?
None of which are ready to be, put
Yeah, that's
into
the thing about
fruition.
plans.
When I
Plans
planned-
never don't always go as you plan them.
Right,
Because we also have
But
a
we don't have to engage this thing right now, though. Like, we can wait till next time it comes, or we can find a way to bait it up. We can just make sure people survive this time.
Right now, let's just get out of here, survive, and if it attacks, we attack back.
and we have the bird following it just in case. Now, we just help everyone pack everything we need and get out of here in time.
Whatever can go away quickly.
So sure enough, the crab continues, and again, we're sort of speeding along. And it does continue to the thing. I presume we're sort of making it to the edge of the woods at the very least.
Trying to, yeah.
Hopefully, yeah.
Make sure we're hide from it.
Okay. Are we going further into it, or are we sticking around near the edges?
Yes.
I mean, if we can hide near the edges, I don't think we need to go too far.
Is it still moving towards us?
It is not currently moving towards you. It is most definitely moving towards the campsite.
and everyone like managed to escape.
Yeah, you know, we had enough warning. People were running, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. All
Sort
right.
of want to be able to keep an eye on what it's doing, but so I'd think close to the edge would be the best idea.
Yeah.
Yep. Same.
Okay. Well, it is definitely in the ship. Excuse me. Yes, in the ship. And it is getting dark at this point. We've gone about 20 of our 24 miles that we typically go in a day. And so it is getting quite late towards evening. Whatever it's doing, it's definitely going through whatever was left at the camp. You know, some supplies, obviously, you know, tents and things were still up. It was in a state of disrepair. And it seems to be spending a lot of time in that area.
Sense, I guess.
Interesting.
But it seems to be like grabbing and destroying stuff.
Hard to tell. You are still a bit away from it, but yes, I mean, you know, chances are if it's grabbing something, it's going to be destroying it just by, you know, even accident, to be frank.
Everything I touch, I destroy.
Do we attack? Oh.
I mean, that wasn't the whole point of us leaving that we weren't
Oh, I know.
attacking.
Yeah, just not attacking it yet.
Do we have anything that can hit it from this range?
How far are we?
Miles
a
away?
cannon with
No,
you?
we're, you know, 4 miles away.
4 miles.
You know, we got a
Yeah, I was about to say, my
trebuchet.
furthest bow can only go 120 feet.
We don't have a sharpshooter bow or something that can go
No.
far enough.
So...
Okay.
I mean, we just if we're not gonna fight it. We just go to the east side of the island.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's
I
just
mean, I
doing
think we
that,
can
you think
find
we
a
can
spot
leave
to
now?
rest because it's getting dark.
Either way,
Especially
we're
the
not
night.
fighting.
Why sleep in the woods? Or like, why sleep next to the crab?
I mean, we can head towards the groove. We're close enough to be able to travel there. And we can rest in the groove, near the groove.
Rest with the acidic slimes.
The acidic slimes are at the other side of the river, where the trees.
I mean, they can easily just walk across the river.
Yeah,
I mean, they usually don't.
Undulate.
But because we provoke them, we don't provoke them, they shouldn't attack us.
Yeah, but maybe just by stepping foot into the grove, we're provoking them.
Yeah, they're non-sentient creatures. They kind of just do what they naturally do, and that's kill living. Well, not even necessarily kill. They just envelop and digest living things. That just usually
They feed.
ends up with it dying.
How do we just move along the forest and find somewhere that's safer than being, near the crab?
Yeah.
Yes.
The good news is,
Yeah.
I mean, the crab is not likely to sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, we got about 4 more squares of movement. I presume we will just head straight on down.
And we try and see as much as we can see then. Let's clear this whole map.
Go get that sightseeing.
And now it is good and proper night. What is the plan? Do we wish to continue on through the night? Are we making camp? What's the deal?
Set up camp, imagine,
Yeah.
I would like a nap.
All right. I know some people would. Shafir definitely would.
Here's taking a nap.
What's the plan? Are we setting up watch or anything? I mean, we have basically a buttload of people with us right now.
People that can do better watches than me do them. Yeah, not gonna work.
Yeah, I don't mind taking the first watch.
I don't have good perception.
I'll do a watch at some point. Sure.
As-
You know,
does anyone want to join me on my watch?
I'll run Schaefer.
Realistically,
be alone
you know,
with this crap.
we have enough people on us. Very little is going to be getting by. You know, I mean, there's 4 people on watch at least. You know, not including us already. So I don't think we actually need to do rolls for it. But one thing that we will notice, that as we're doing our watch, there is movement throughout the forest, and if anyone goes to check it out, there are crabs. Not the gigantic sized ones, but the rather small ones that appear to be swarming through the island. I mean, they're coming this far into the forest, in fact. But again,
Yeah.
it's these very small, you know, dime-sized ones that we saw at the very beginning. Which I realize 2 of you weren't here for, but do exist.
They're like the ones that come out when it.
We've seen
Same
them on
as
the beach a
kibble-
lot. They're, you know, sand flea type sized.
Oh, yeah, the regular sized ones.
Either way, it is still raining.
Throughout the whole night until the next day.
Yes.
A lot of rain.
And it is in fact still raining the next day.
Not even with the random weather roll.
Not even with the random. Because on my side, I did.
Random weather roll was the same roll.
Really this far into the forest, we could no longer see Kabuka.
Son. You came so far and
No.
you didn't.
But we can go ahead and try and. How do we meet with Stubby? I feel like we would have set up like a meeting if he was going to head to the.
But we did.
But we didn't. I mean, because
I think
it
we
was
were just
the,
gonna
um,
meet
just
him at the cave in
forgetting
2
about that being
days.
What's that?
Weren't we gonna meet him in the cave in 2 days?
No, that's where we
That was,
for the
yeah.
bug fight.
I reckon if we do want to find him, we should probably check the cave though, just in case
Yeah,
he decides
think
that's
that's a
a
good
good
idea.
meeting place.
good idea.
We head back to the cave. Ironically, you know, the wave striders are still there. I would have presumed we would have landed somewhere right around there. We, you know, didn't take the wave striders with us. We didn't head back to the village to return them. We traveled across land to the other side.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah, I figured like we would do that. Is Tavi anywhere to be seen?
I was right. He is here.
He actually would not have been here. However, if you sort of search around, there is sign that he was here. You know, he has a rather particular track, as well as Sahagwin in general. And you
Right.
can see their tracks here on the beach at this point on the island.
Hey, can I try and see, like, are they going inland? Or are they going to the water? Or, like, see where he's gone?
Go ahead and give me a survival.
No. Damn it, that rolls tonight.
There's a lot of the tracks here in this area. It's possible they were just milling around.
Should we maybe ride the Striders back to the
We could go to the
village
Bog
and return
Island
them?
and see if there's a Huggin have moved there.
Back to, is it raining right now though?
It is still raining, and right now you do have all the, sailors with you.
Well, I mean, they'll continue on their own way.
Yeah, so I forgot about all the sailors.
Wait, the sailors came with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all just left.
I mean, I definitely would have told them to keep going, not to come to the cave with us.
Well, I mean, you would have, but you didn't.
Okay, then right now I tell them, hey, stop
I
following
mean,
us.
no, the
Go to
cave is a safe spot for them. They can stay in the cave.
Yeah, no, well,
And it's fairly close to the village. So,
yeah. I mean, I'd probably suggest more up on the cliff edge, but this does seem like a pretty good place to set up camp.
Not really, because the cave, at least you forget, is also a memorial to some dead soldier.
Yeah, that's why I set up on the on the cliff face. If we don't actually make camp in the cave, that might not be as mad.
I mean,
well,
sure, they
regardless,
set up here.
I'd say we take the Wave Riders back to the Sahuagin Island. See if they've made their way there, so that we can talk to them.
Sure, fine enough. I mean, we could just walk it, but if we want to take the Wave Striders,
I mean, the Sahuagin Island is
They want to go back to the Bug Island.
yeah,
going
to the
back
Bug
to
Island
why would we go to the Bug Island?
to see if the Sahuagin moved there, and then maybe we can meet Stubby there.
Yeah, but it's also a rainstorm. Like, it's gonna be a bit hard to get back to the island. The seas, I assume, are pretty stormy, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if we really want to go back to the island, sure.
Or we camp out here until the storm stops.
I think at this point, just camping out here is the best option for now.
I think we say we camp here for the night and then decide what to do for the next step next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
we need to hear your decision then, and we decide next week what do we do.
I think that sounds like a plan. So we are currently waiting the arrival of Stubby to find out, well, I guess how goes his migration or so with the rest of the Zogwin.
Crabs worth 300?
What's that?
With a Crabs worth 300 experience?
How much we need to level up?
299.
What experience are we at,
289.
by the way?
I figured it out. Hold on. Let me see where I put it.
Because I haven't updated my experience in like 2 months. So
We should be on 2,000.
Have you picked a subclass yet?
How much experience did we gain here today?
What we're asking.
Between the stuff, we're getting 240 experience.
240.
God damn it.
What
does
can
that
we
put
do
that?
for the extra 41?
2584 is where we're at. Where I'm at.
Yeah. And I think this is
2584.
where we're going to go ahead and end the session, as we mentioned.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Good if a bit slow feeling.
It was a session.
Yeah. Like, it's not that it was a bad session, it felt like a very slow session.
You are not wrong. But yeah, if you've been watching, thanks for watching. I certainly appreciate it. You should tell a friend to start watching too. And, maybe do that a like and comment and subscribe. But either way, I appreciate it a lot. I really do. Jokes aside. I hope you all have a great day, and peace out. Bye-bye.